Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me be the first to welcome you to the Morris Minor Owners Club Avon Branch YouTube channel. Here you will find how-to guides, tips, journeys and anything to celebrate the wonderful Morris Minor. My name is Liam and today I'll be taking you through a step-by-step guide on how to change your trunnion bushes. If you're a fan of the Morris Minor and would like to see more, then smash that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon so you will be notified whenever we upload. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So for those of you who are wondering, this is Mavis that I'm working on today. She is my 1974 door saloon. I'll put a link to her channel and Instagram both on screen now and in the description. So Mavis is my daily driver and she's also my pride and joy, and she goes like a dream. So as you would have seen, I've just jacked up Mavis. I've put her on axle stands and removed the front wheels. This will allow you to gain better access to the top trunnion. Just one tip for you all, never trust a jack by itself. Always support your car by an axle stand or something similar, plus we're going to need the jack a bit later on. The first thing you'll need to do after you remove the wheel is to hit back the tab washer holding the nut in place on the top trunnion pivot. Before you can undo the nut, you'll need to jack up the suspension a tad to take the weight off the trunnion. Personally, I find that the best part to jack up is the lower suspension arm. You may only have to raise this a couple of millimeters, however. Just make sure you don't raise it too much so the car isn't supported by the axle stand. Now you need to undo the nut on the side opposite where the shock absorber is attached. Once removed, be sure to put aside the pivot washer. And ideally you'd be best off replacing the tab washer later on when it comes to replacing. You will now be able to remove one of the bushes. This can take a bit of fiddling, however it will work itself loose. Once removed, you'll be able to force the top trunnion off of the pivot. Using an old screwdriver or pry bar to help, lever the trunnion off and you can now gain access to the second bush. As you can see, Mavis's bushes were not in a great state, however since replacing them I've noticed a massive difference in her handling. To replace the bushes, it's simply the same procedure for removing them, but in reverse. So slide the first bush onto the pivot with the smaller end facing towards the rear of the car. Next, slide the top trunnion back onto the pivot. Personally, I found this easier than taking it off. Once this is on, locate it over the first bush that you've installed, and then put the second bush back onto the pivot. The smaller end of this one should be facing towards the front of the car. Before putting both of the washers back on, I firstly pushed the bushes into place slightly, just with the pivot washer and the nut. So this gave me enough thread to install the tab washer afterwards. So after removing the nut, I replace the tab washer and tighten the nut down. Last but not least, I used a punch to knock back the tab washer. And that's it! A step-by-step guide on how to change your top trunnion bushes on your Morris Minor. If you've liked this video, then hit the like button. And if there's anything you'd like to see us do in future, pop it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.